Hello, my little tech-linked babies. I hope you were good while I was gone, or I can't give you any tech news. I'd give it to you anyway. YouTube has begun the rollout of its age estimation model in the US, and as promised, users are starting to see pop-ups informing them that YouTube couldn't verify that you're an adult. They tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, you didn't understand this reference. Child! A Change.org petition calling on YouTube to roll back the policy reached 78,000 signatures at the time of writing. That's about 0.03% of YouTube's estimated 246 million US-based users, but it is a great petition. Should we put it on the fridge? Yeah. Now, what happens if Google estimates that you are under 18? Well, Google wants to be clear. This does not mean you must provide a government ID. You can continue to use YouTube. You just won't be able to watch all the spicy, edgy videos all of us grown-ups are watching constantly on YouTube. It also means Google won't turn on their new memory-like feature for Gemini, which is also rolling out today and allows Gemini to learn from your past conversations over time. So you can talk to an AI assistant who's already gobbled up your data for training. Who knows you so well because they love you as a robot servant friend. Google's turning the feature on by default, of course. Wouldn't want to lose out on that juicy data from people who don't keep up with every single policy update. Although the new temporary chats feature is essentially like incognito mode, so Google won't use anything you say in those chats. And as I said, the memory feature won't turn on by default if you're under 18 or using a work or school account or located in the European Economic Area, Switzerland, or the UK. If you're anywhere else, you can turn it off in the settings if you're okay making Gemini very sad. Reddit has announced it will block the Internet Archive from archiving most of Reddit, despite specifically naming the Internet Archive just over 1 year ago in a list of good faith actors that Reddit would not block. Well, see, that was before Reddit realized that the Internet Archive is actually for, archiving the internet. They thought it was more like a metaphor. As Reddit told The Verge, they've been made aware that AI companies are scraping Reddit data from the Wayback Machine, but are we really worried about that when loading a single page on the Wayback Machine takes about 3 days? If scraper bots are willing to sit through that, I say let them have the data, they earned it. Of course, Reddit's worried because they're making companies like Google pay up to scrape their data. So the Internet Archive might be blocked, but thankfully, tools like Bellingcat's newly updated Auto Archiver exist. It's designed for journalists and open source intelligence, but who says you can't use it to preserve evidence to win an argument on Reddit? The Elon versus OpenAI saga had some fun developments this week. On Monday, Elon Musk claimed XAI would be taking legal action against Apple for blocking AI apps that aren't ChatGPT from reaching #1 in the App Store. OpenAI chief Sam Altman found that to be a little rich, coming from the guy that pretty blatantly manipulates Twitter algorithms in his favor, to which Elon replied, "Nuh-uh, look, your post took off more than mine usually do, despite me having 50 times your follower count." Altman's reply, skill issue. Elon's original post was timely, as the next day, a federal judge denied his bid to dismiss OpenAI's claims that Elon has engaged in a years-long harassment campaign. Elon was like, there isn't enough evidence. Here, I'll give you some. Turn on Grok voice, and it will teach you anything. Cool, can it teach you to stop talking for 5 seconds? Speaking of Grok, the bot fact-checked Elon's claim of App Store manipulation by pointing out that the App Store's #1 spot was just this year occupied by DeepSeek and Perplexity in India, causing ChatGPT's Twitter account to give it the old good bot. This was posted on Reddit, where apparently you can also summon Grok now. Some Redditors were caught off guard. What the are you doing here?
Just doing my job, champ, and telling you about our sponsor.
Vessi, the footwear made for navigating both city heat waves and sudden downpours. Normally that's not, you can't. Ooh, these shoes. I mean, look at the weekend sneaker. Not only does Vessi say it's waterproof thanks to Dymatex technology, it's breathable, super comfy, and easy to slip on too, while fitting in with your vibe, whether you're in city stroll or outdoors adventure mode. Now that's a rare one for me personally, but as I've shared many times before, my feet have been beset by nature's heinous assaults, only to be foiled by Vessi. Checkmate, Earth! Check out Vessi today. They got worry-free 30-day returns and exchanges, a 1-year warranty, free shipping on orders over $110 in North America, and you can get 15% off your first pair at vessi.com/techlink. Okay, but you only get quick bits if you behave. Just in any way. If you do anything at all, you'll get quick bits. Former Intel CEO, not precious Pat Gelsinger, my other dad.
Bob Swan's mine.
Not him either. But Craig Barrett, who reigned from 1998 to 2005, thinks he knows how to save the company. Invest more in the foundry. With what funds, Craig? Oh, well, just get Nvidia and AMD to give Intel a bunch of money. Money, more money.
Good idea, Craig.
It's been the key this whole time.
That's why we paid you the big bucks.
But honestly, I think the Intel's gonna be fine. After meeting him, Trump has gone from thinking the current CEO, Lip Bhutan, is a Chinese asset, to thinking his success and rise is an amazing story. And there's only one explanation. The Chinese have mastered mind control. And there's only one way to stop it. Money. Google teased the design of their Pixel 10 Pro Fold, but I'm only really mentioning it to remind you not to buy a Pixel right now because the new ones are being announced August 20th, okay, bye. Perplexity AI has officially offered to buy Google's Chrome browser for $34.5 billion, a sum that's made even more impressive by being more than twice Perplexity's own $14 billion valuation. These guys must know the money trick. And they know how to make hyperbolic claims like this one as a foolproof form of PR stunt, so people end up talking about them. Damn it! Some parts of the UK are dealing with a drought, so the UK government is calling on citizens to take action and do some real water-preserving things, like deleting their old emails. The reasoning here is that data centers require vast amounts of water to cool their systems. They're just missing the fact that individual users deleting even their entire Gmail accounts will help save about as much water as leaving the pub to go piss in the Thames. Now that Eric Migakovsky has regained the rights to the Pebble brand, his company Core Devices has unveiled the actual design of the Pebble Time 2, which goes for a bit more of a refined look compared to the Core 2 Duo, which has been renamed to the Pebble 2 Duo, thank goodness. Migakovsky also compared it to the Pebble Time Steel, and oh god, the bezels. It comes in some nice new colorways, and yes, we might only be talking about this because of nostalgia, but time, like a pebble, washed smooth by the rains of
Time.
And YouTuber Basically Homeless posted a fun video about how he hacked his own muscles to get good in CS2. He created a setup with a Raspberry Pi, a TENS machine, and other stuff that forced his muscles and even his trigger finger to contract in response to the computer signal before his brain could get to it. And after a lot of trial and error, he did in fact get good. The all-natural way.
Holy We're in agreement then, it's not cheating.
Yeah, I'll believe it.
Excellent, thank you.
The link to the full video and all of our news sources are in the description as always, but you knew that already because you watch every TechLinked episode. And you're gonna watch the next one on Friday, aren't you? When you could be out in the forest finding more money to solve all the world's problems.
We got Craig for that.
Get Craig on it.